We are now.
We're here.
Cool.
We're live.
Good evening, everyone.
Yes, happy Friday. Weekend is here.
Woo!
Not that much different from the rest of this week. It's about the same.
Yeah.
We're all staying home. Any plans for the weekend, David?
I might make a cake.
Oh.
I might go on holiday to my living room from my bedroom.
Exciting.
Right? Yeah. How about you? Any plans?
I think I may need to venture out to the supermarket to pick up essential supplies.
Ooh, an adventure.
And then I will most likely stay home and watch Netflix.
Fun.
And exercise, light exercise.
I like that. Some exercise in there. Get healthy.
Right? Wonderful. So, introductions. My name is Pearl, and I am from Florida in the United States.
And my name is David. I'm from South London in the UK. So you've got two accents this evening, British and American. And we work together in Milan in the My English School, Viale Montenero.
Yes, we are. So if you are new to the webinars, please say hi in the chat. We love speaking to the students. We love interacting with them. And it really helps the webinar move better and it's more fun. So please don't hesitate to write in the chat. We won't immediately see your... Hi, Clara.
Clara's going on holiday as well to throw away the rubbish.
I think, David, you did that today. I think, yeah.
That was my holiday for today. I went and threw away the rubbish. Yeah.
I did that. Oh, my roommate did that yesterday, so I can't go on holiday for that. But I have been going on holiday a lot to my kitchen. I know. It's just terrible. But yeah, hi Clara. I hope thanks for joining us again. We love having you in our lessons. Yes. We love your participation. Do you have any plans for the weekend, Clara? Do you have plans like us? You do. Right? Good. So today we're going to talk about strength in numbers. In this focus activity, common number idioms, guessing the meanings of expressions, and practicing using new expressions. So today, this focus activity will be a lot of expressions and idioms using numbers. So a lot of conversation, because usually at this level, there's not so much grammar that needs to be learned, but a lot of expressions and idioms that are very useful. But even in the title, strength in numbers is a great expression.
Yeah.
Strength in numbers.
Yeah, what does that mean? Strength in numbers.
Yeah. What does
it's kind of literal, but not 100% clear.
So strength in numbers.
So Clara or anyone else watching, what does it mean, strength in numbers? Most neighbors suggested to do training. That is a good idea. Pearl, you told me to do that yesterday.
I did tell you to leave the house to walk up and down the stairs. Yeah. I don't want to do that. That sounds awful.
It would be a good exercise, though. Good for your legs.
But I do exercise in my room already. Not, I don't know, No, when I go to the gym, the stair machine was my least favorite machine at the gym, so I'm not going to do it anymore.
That's the machine I always use when I do my cardio at the beginning. I always do the stair machine.
I hate the stairs. Anyway.
In 10 minutes, Clara, I often climb.
10 minutes? Oh my God. Yeah. All right, so does it mean a metaphorical one? Not necessarily. I mean, maybe
it's kind of
similar in Italian. I don't
know. Maybe.
I think, well, it just means, how would you describe this, David? Strength in numbers.
Okay, so it just means that in numbers, it means in a big group. So when there is a lot of people, you are stronger together. Strength
Stronger
in
together. More
numbers.
influence, more power, right?
Yeah.
Strength in numbers. So usually,
Yeah,
like
more power,
when
more
people do
influence.
petitions or protests, the bigger the protest, the bigger the petition, the more numbers you have, the stronger it is. So it's quite literal.
Yeah. Perfect.
Look, there we go. Number of meanings. A number of meanings. What is the meaning of the word number in the following sentences? There were a number of people at the market today. She wore a little black number to the party. For his last number, he sang a beautiful ballad. Could you order these pages and then number them? She died yesterday. I guess her number was up.
Ooh, that's not a very
Didn't
nice one
realize
to finish.
how many ways we use the word number, right?
No, I
So
didn't
a
know that
number
either,
of
and that's
meaning.
why.
No, a number of meanings also has an expression. It just means there are many. A number of meanings means there are many meanings. A number of reasons. There's many reasons.
Perfect. So number one, Clara, yes, you're perfect. A lot. There were a number of people at the market. There were a lot of people at the supermarket. Perfect.
And number two, she wore a little black number. Yep, a party dress. Yeah,
Perfect.
you did a dress.
Number three, for his last number, he sang a beautiful ballad. Oh, no, it's not a concert. It's not a concert. He would sing a number at his concert.
Mm-hmm.
And so his last number, he sang a beautiful ballad.
Mm-hmm. Now, ballad is a type of...
What would it mean?
Number. If you are just joining our lesson, we are defining what the word number means in these sentences. So Clara said number three, does number mean concert? Not exactly. It means a song.
Perfect.
Yep. So for his last song, he sang a beautiful ballad. A ballad is a song, a type of song.
Yeah.
Right? Number four. Number four. That's difficult.
Could you order these pages and then number them? So it's a verb here. But what does it mean to number?
Exactly, Clara. To give numbers to the pages. Exactly. To put numbers on the pages. Oh, that was easy. Oh, great.
Perfect. Good.
Good. She died.
And then number five, she died.
Oh my gosh.
It's not a happy meaning, this one.
No, it isn't. It's definitely not a happy meeting considering the time that we are currently in.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. Clara just said it.
Clara, no. So don't, as long as you understand, don't say it to anyone.
Yeah.
Say it fine. So she died yesterday. I guess her number was up. It means, I guess her time was up. I would say time, but time is also a nice way to say her life.
Her time was up. It kind of means that her opportunity, her time to live, because it's not just used for life, it's also used for any extended period. So if you are renting a book from a library and you only have 1 week, the number's up, you need to take the book back to the library to finish that period. Or
we can say it's a turn, like your turn. Yeah. Like if you go to the supermarket and you have to take a number to wait your turn, you say, oh, your number's up. You say, oh, it's your turn.
Perfect.
So I guess her number was up, means like her turn is finished.
Yeah, or it's her turn to go to heaven.
Yeah. Clara, do you remember the phrasal verb to say someone died? Do you remember? It's a polite way to say someone died. Not their number was up. That's not a polite way. So what do you remember, Clara? Yes, good job. Pass away. That is the best way to say someone died, that they passed away. Good. Perfect. Good job, Clara. To pass away.
Cool. So lucky numbers. Which numbers are considered lucky or unlucky in your country? Which numbers do you know off by heart? For example, telephone, bank codes, license plates, etc. And what is your lucky number and why is it lucky for you? Cool. So we can get lots of private information in question two.
I know. So for the first question, in Italy, we don't really know this, Clara, so maybe you can educate me and David. Which numbers are considered lucky or unlucky in Italy? Well, I know 17 is unlucky. Right. 17 is unlucky, but maybe there is another number that is unlucky. I'm not sure. In America, the number 13 is unlucky.
The same in the UK. But actually they say unlucky for some.
Why?
Not fair. I don't know, but my mum's birthday was on the 13th and my brother's birthday is on the 13th. So I guess in our family.
Is on the 13th.
Yeah. So I guess for us it's not always unlucky.
No. Did you know any month that begins on a Sunday will always have a Friday the 13th?
Maths is crazy.
Yes, any month that begins 17, but even 13 is unlucky, especially if it's Friday the 13th. Yeah, so this month there was a Friday the 13th in March. This, I believe, I can't remember. Yeah,
yes,
I think this month there was Friday the 13th. Right?
Did you know in London? In London, on the London Eye, the pods on the Ferris wheel, they're numbered, like 1, 2, 3, 4, blah blah blah, but they don't have a number 13.
Oh, it's like do hotels have a 13th floor?
Oh, I don't know.
Because in some hotels in America, if you go on the elevator or the lift, there's no number 13. There's physically a 13th floor, but in the elevator, there's no button for number 13.
Ah, interesting.
In some hotels, not all, but in some hotels, there's no button for number 13. So
yeah, I remember this when I was young, and there was no number 13 on any floors.
It's unlucky, especially in Vegas, because there's a lot of gambling there. So, we can't have bad luck. Are there any good luck numbers in Italy, Clara? I don't know. Are there good luck numbers in England, in America?
I think 7 is supposed to be lucky.
Oh yeah, because on the slot machine in the casino, 7. Lucky number 7. In my mind, odd numbers are never lucky.
Yeah, that makes sense to me as well.
I don't know why, but 7 is. A lot of the idioms we use have odd numbers in them.
Oh, really?
If you think about it, we'll see one in the future slide. But yeah.
Clara has asked, do you know why 13 is unlucky? I'm asking because I don't know. No, I have no idea.
I don't know, but I think maybe for like a mathematician, I think it's unlucky because it's a prime number and it doesn't fit mathematically very nicely. So it's very hard to divide against, or I'm not sure. I'm sure there's a story about it. I don't know. We just know. I know that because it's a prime number, it's not a very desirable number mathematically.
I just Googled it.
What is it, David? Tell us. Enlighten us.
So Google is saying that it's believed to be unlucky because Judas was the 13th disciple of Jesus. And so because he betrayed Jesus, it's believed to be unlucky.
All right. Isn't that true, Clara? Isn't there a superstition that at a table you shouldn't have 13 chairs at a table in Italy because it's unlucky, because it's like the Last Supper where there are 13 apostles? I don't remember. Many students have told me that it's unlucky. Disciples, apostles, I don't know. Many students have told me that it's unlucky to have 13 guests at a dinner table. You need to, or 13 chairs. You need to add an extra one or take one away.
So if you have 13 people, it's okay, but you just need to have an extra chair.
I don't know. I don't know the exact rules about this. Maybe Clara knows. In Italy, some people consider 13 as a lucky number. Yeah, some people in America consider 13 lucky, I think, because they want to be radical and be different. Or if your birthday is on 13.
Definitely.
Good. I don't think 7 is a lucky number.
I think that might be coming
Which
from,
number?
I think, Chinese tradition is meant to be lucky.
What is 13?
No, number 7. Or did I invent that?
I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe. Which numbers do you know by heart? I know my citizen code in America by heart.
Do you?
Yes, I need to know it. Everyone has to know this. You need it for everything. I know my citizen
actually,
number.
I know my national insurance number for the UK, which is like your codice fiscale. National insurance number.
I know my citizen code in America. We don't call it a citizen code, but that's the closest thing I could say. Some people consider 3 as a lucky number because it's the Trinity symbol. Huh. You know, I think I've heard that too. It's Trinity. The Holy Trinity. That's good. What else do I know? I know, I still know my old numbers. I know the pins to my cards. And I know my old American phone number because I don't have it anymore. I had this number for 10 years and I lost it because my phone was deactivated for too long. I had this phone number since I was 16, so more than 10 years, and now it's gone.
Oh, that's annoying.
I was very upset about it.
I imagine.
I'm still a little upset about it. So that's it. I don't know my license plate number, which is a shame.
I know the postcode where my parents live.
Me too. I know a lot of postcodes, actually. But it took me a while to remember my Milan one. What is it?
Yeah.
Even my Italian phone number, sometimes I have to check what it is. Clara, I know my telephone number, and that's all. Well, I hope you know the PIN for your card, maybe for your card when you buy things. If there's a PIN, maybe you don't have it. Maybe you don't have it.
Unless everything is contactless, and then you don't need it anymore.
I mean, sometimes they don't. The contactless doesn't work. Sometimes I'm like hitting my card on the machine, and it just doesn't work.
Mine has stopped working actually recently. I need to go to the bank and change it at some point.
All right.
Sorry.
What is your lucky number, and why is it lucky for you? Do you have a lucky number?
No.
Okay.
Just kill that conversation. No.
No.
No. Do you?
I don't know if it's lucky, but I always choose 6 because in like numerology, that's my number. I'm like, okay, I'll make that my number.
Okay.
Ask me what it is. Now you're gonna ask me. Don't you want to know what your number is in numerology?
Okay, tell me, what is my number in numerology?
So you have to add all the numbers in your date of birth together, and the total number you have to added together.
Okay.
So if the total sum of the numbers in your date of birth is like 27, you add 2 and 7, and 9 would be your numerology number.
So would it be 23 plus 12 or 2 plus 3 plus 1 plus 2?
2 plus 3 plus 1 plus 12, like that.
Okay, 2 plus.
So Clara, if you want to know what your numerology number is, you have to add, or anyone else, if you want to know the numerology number of you, you have to add all the numbers in your date of birth together. So if your birthday is like December 10th, 1990, you have to add 1 plus 2 plus 1 plus 0, blah, 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 blah. My lucky number is 1.
Is 2.
That's your numerology. And there's a personality trait for that number. So if you want to look it up later. My lucky number is 1 because when I started playing volleyball, it was a number of my t-shirt by chance, and it became a lucky number. Aw, that's a great story.
I like that.
My numerology number. So 32. So you have to add 3 and 2. So 5 is your number. So if you Google numerology 5, it tells you your personality traits.
Ooh, I'm going to do that later.
Yeah. So Clara, your number for numerology is 5 because you have to add 3 and 2. In case you're wondering. Fun fact.
Cool.
All right.
So we have some idioms. An idiom is an expression that means something other than the literal meanings of its individual words. Many English idioms involve numbers or phrases. For example, they are on cloud 9. What does this phrase mean to you? Do you know any other number idioms?
Yes, Google it, Clara. So 5, numerology, Google it. But yeah, see, number 9, cloud 9. 9 is an odd number, but they use it in many idioms.
Yeah, I remember you saying before it was odd numbers usually.
Yeah, that's lucky number 7 on cloud 9. Then 3 is a crowd. Never mind. Wait. Yeah. Okay. Good. So they're on cloud 9. I think Italians have something similar to cloud 9, but maybe it's a different number. I think it's like cloud 7.
Okay.
Are you looking up your number?
I am. Sorry, I got a bit distracted. I don't know any other number idioms though.
There are not. So they're on cloud 9. What does that mean? They're on cloud 9.
Quite often it's used with Valentine's Day.
Yeah. Or after a event or something full of love.
Yeah.
Right? They're on cloud 9. So it means you're in a happy place. You're in a state of euphoria.
Ooh, very nice definition.
Yeah. And you're on cloud 9. Does it mean, I think that's the Italian one, Clara. I'm on the 7th sky. Or being over the moon, exactly. So I think the Italian version of they're on cloud 9 is I'm on the 7th sky. I knew it was 7, I couldn't remember. But yeah, or to be over the moon, yes, means I'm on cloud 9. You're just very, very happy. I knew it had something to do with 7. Just couldn't remember. All right.
So now we need to match the idioms to the definitions. So number 1, 4 corners of the earth, at 6s and 7s, once in a blue moon, a dime a dozen, that's an American one, back to square one, and to kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
So does it mean rarely, all over the world, solve 2 problems at once, start over in a state of confusion, and cheap and common? I don't use number 2 very often.
No, I never use
or number 1. 2. I've never really even heard. 2 peas in a pod is also a number idiom. 2 peas in the 2 peas in a pod. Number 1 is B, yep, four corners of the earth. Yeah, that's pretty obvious.
Yeah.
Yep.
2 peas in a pod, that perfectly describes us on these webinars.
We are 2 peas in a pod on these webinars. Yes. We go together like peanut butter and jelly.
Peas and carrots.
Peas and carrots. Basil and tomato.
Cheese on a pizza. We've been distracted.
Yeah.
Number 2, 6s and 7s.
At 6s and 7s.
Perfect. To be fusion. You would say someone is all 6s and 7s.
This has to be a British term because I've never heard it used before.
Yeah, it is a British one, and it's quite old now. I would never say it. None of my friends would ever say it. But yeah, to be all 6s and 7s.
Mm-hmm. Once in a blue moon.
Once in a blue moon.
I like this expression. I actually use it.
I don't think I use it so often.
Not frequently, but I have used it in the past for sure.
Yeah. I definitely use number 6.
Yeah, me too.
Just to exchange your teaching. Once in a life. Ooh, in Italian. It's in a blue moon.
Mm-hmm. Once in a lifetime. Well, we have that once in a lifetime opportunity. We do say that. Like this is a once in a lifetime.
Yeah, but that doesn't just mean rarely. That means only once. Only once.
Yeah.
Cool. Dime a dozen. Good. Cheap and common, of course.
Yes. You're a dime a dozen. I like that. I like this insult sometimes.
As an insult? Girls, I've never heard it as an insult.
I have. Like girls like her, a dime a dozen.
Oh, just cheap and common. That's not very nice.
I can't imagine it using it in a not insulting way. Because to be cheap and common is not exactly a compliment.
Yeah, but no, it's talking about anything and everything. Like McDonald's, you'd say, is dime a dozen.
No, that's true. I've usually heard it used to describe people.
Very nice. Lovely.
Who am I hanging out with? Good. Number 5, back to square one is to start over. Yep, we're back to square one.
Perfect. Like playing a game like, oh, snakes and ladders. You know snakes and ladders.
We call it shoots and ladders.
Shoots?
Like a shoot. Like a slide.
Oh, like a slide. Ah, no, ours is snakes, and you slide down the snake, and the snakes are evil. Yeah. But yeah, you go back to square one.
We call it shoots and ladder. The garbage chute, you put garbage with that.
Oh, yeah.
And to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Oh, this is the last one. Catch 2 guys with 1 bean. Oh, we're learning so much. Okay, in Italian. To catch 2 birds with 1 bean.
That's slightly different.
Slightly different. Good. Is there an Italian version of 2 peas in a pod, Clara? I can't think of another one. 2 peas in a pod. Because peas come in a little. What the peas grow in are called pods. So we call them peas in a pod. Even though pods usually have more than 2. Interesting.
Like peas. Yeah, I don't know why we call them 2 peas in a pod when there's usually 3, 4, 5 beans.
There's a lot of them in there.
Cool.
All right. 1 for the books. Another great expression. This is.
Oh, what does that mean? 1 for the books.
Yes, this is 1 for the books. So the 1 for the books. This virus situation is 1 for the books.
Yeah, I genuinely don't know what it means.
Maybe you can ask Claire. Okay. Maybe it's an American idiom. Oh no, it's different. It's not 2 peas in a pod. No. Do you know what one for the books means? It's an expression, probably in American, now that I'm learning. This is one for the books. 2 feet in one shoe is like saying two peas in a pod. Isn't 2 feet in 2 feet? 2 feet or in one shoe mean that you're talking romantically to two different people? Because if you're 2 peas in a pod, that means you gets along very well with someone. You're very close, not romantic.
Yeah, you're almost the
but
same person.
you have a good relationship. But I don't know. I think in Italian, I could be wrong. That 2 feet in one pair of shoes mean that you're talking to two people romantically, or you have two. I don't know. Could be wrong. Good. One for the books. So David, one for the books is usually when you talk about book, like a record book. So when something is one for the books, it means it's something worth remembering.
Ah, so like for a history book.
Yeah. So like, for example, I was watching a boxing match. It was a really good boxing match, and it was between two women. And the match was so good. Like, oh, this is one for the book. So this is one to remember, one to put in the record books. Ah, okay, there you go. So understood. So yeah, so it's 2 hearts in a hut. Oh, that's cute. That's cuter. Yeah, so 2 peas in a pod is not a bad romantic thing. It's just people who have a good relationship and they go together very well. Okay, good. Now we learned something new. So I was right. 2 feet in one shoe means you're talking to two people romantically. Good. So one for the books means something to remember, something great, one to put in the record books, so to speak. Good. And then the idioms we have are second thoughts, by the dozens, on cloud 9, one too many, $1,000,000, 2 left feet, third time's the charm. Not a charm? You say the charm? A charm.
Third time's a charm. I'd say a charm.
Yeah, third time's a charm, is what I would say. Dressed to the nines and 3 sheets to the wind. So many number idioms. So yesterday I went to my sister's wedding. Everyone was. My sister looked like blank. She was the whole day. I thought for sure she would have had mortal perfect about getting married. After all, she'd already tied the knot twice. But she just smiled and said, by midnight, the dance floor was packed. I had a blast, even though I have. Okay. The only drawback of the evening was my brother, who had drinks and ended up blank. Good. Clara says, what does 3 sheets to the wind mean? David will tell you because this is a British idiom that I have never used.
You've never used it? Oh, it's good fun. It's a nice one. 3 sheets to the wind means to be drunk. You've drunk too much alcohol and you are 3 sheets to the wind.
It's a very trying to imagine it in my mind.
I think it comes from sailing ships in the past. The sheet is the sail that the wind blows the ship forward with. And so if you turn the boat and you are facing the wind with all 3 sheets, you're going nowhere. And you're stopped and you're making a mess of everything. 3 sheets to the wind.
Huh. Didn't know. No. Good. Number 1. Everyone was dressed to the nines, or 3. I think 3 sheets to the wind would have been really funny. Grammatically, everyone was 3 sheets to the wind also fits, but it fits somewhere else. Right?
Yeah.
Everyone was dressed to the nines. Yeah, they were dressed beautifully, dressed really nice. Dressed to the nines. See, 9, odd number.
Mm-hmm. So excited about that.
Yeah. My sister looked like.
So to say she looked really good.
Yeah. We're really bad. $1 million bucks,
Perfect.
exactly,
$1
Car.
million
$1 million bucks. When you look like $1 million bucks, you look amazing, you look beautiful. You look like you're worth $1 million bucks. Bucks is slang for dollars in America. So bucks is slang for dollars in America. It's like how I think quid is slang for pounds.
Yeah, 1 quid is £1.
1 quid, $1. So buck is slang for dollar in America. $1 million bucks. She was the whole day.
Number 3, she was the whole day.
I feel like 3 sheets to the wind can fit in so many places.
She looked like 3 sheets to the wind, or she was 3 sheets to the wind.
Yes, number 3, Clara, she was
My
on cloud
wedding,
9.
yes, 3 sheets to the wind.
She was
Perfect.
on cloud 9. Good.
I thought for sure she would have had about getting married.
Good, Clara.
Perfect.
Second thought.
After all, she'd already tied the knot twice, but she just smiled and said,
Tie the knot. What a great way, a slang way. To tie the knot is slang to say to get married, to tie the knot.
perfect. 3rd time's the charm.
Or a charm.
Yeah.
3rd time's
Yeah, but I said like 3rd time's a charm.
Me too. 3rd time's a charm. 3rd time's a charm. I say this a lot.
Me too. I often have to do things the 3rd time, and 3rd time's a charm.
4th time? Maybe the 5th. Good. By midnight, the dance floor was packed. Third time, many husbands? That's a good question. 1 husband, 2 ex-husbands. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what? Not good for her for having all these husbands.
Yeah, sure.
Treat yourself. All the husbands. Good. So by midnight, the dance floor was packed. Not 1 too many. It was packed by the dozens. It was packed by the dozens. By the dozen means a lot.
Yeah, because dozen is...
1 too many also means a lot. But
Sorry?
Because 1 too many also means a lot, but by the dozens.
Yeah, it just doesn't quite fit in that gap.
Mm-hmm. Number dozens is 12, right?
Yeah.
I had a blast, even though I have. This is me. I have the same problem.
Me too.
In my room, I don't, because no one judges me in my room. I had 1 too many.
Kind of makes sense, but we would need to put that into the past, 1 too many,
I had
fit
1.
this situation. But
I
this
had,
sentence.
it would be 2. Yeah, I have 2 left feet. So when someone has 2 left feet, that means they don't dance very well.
Yeah.
You're almost there, Clara. The next one. The only drawback of the evening was my brother, who had 1 too many drinks and ended up,
Very difficult last one.
Yep.
1 too many drinks and ended up 3 sheets to the wind.
I feel, I could be wrong, David, but I feel like we use 1 too many a lot when we want to refer to someone drinking.
Yeah, it is. It can be used for when you say there's too much of something, but quite often it's used exclusively with drinking.
Yeah.
So if you say, I went to a party at the weekend and I had 1 too many, it means I drank too much.
Yeah, so 1 too many, we use it commonly with talking about drinking, Clara. So if someone drank too much, we say they had 1 too many. We can use it in other contexts, but it's more popular to use it in reference to drinking. Like if I had, for example, we can use it in another context. For example, if I had, I don't know, like 10 basketballs and there was 11, and I think, oh, there's one too many basketballs. I only needed 10. But in general, we use it for drinking.
Yeah, that's more of a literal meaning. And then this becomes a bit more idiomatic when you say, oh, he had one too many. He was 3 sheets to the wind.
Yeah, well, by the dozens doesn't necessarily we use for drinking, so that's why it would be a little bit different.
Yeah.
Is that clear, Clara? I don't know. If you're not, ask us to, we'll try to clarify more. Yes. Come on, computer, get it together. Well, these are great questions.
Cool. So put two and two together. 1, have you ever had second thoughts about something? 2, do you know anyone who has 2 left feet? 3, have you ever been 3 sheets to the wind? What happened? And number 4, when was the last time you felt on cloud 9 and why? So first of all, put 2 and 2 together. That's another idiomatic phrase. Clara or anyone else watching, do you know what that means? To put 2 and 2 together?
You can think of another expression that means something very similar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to hear?
What?
No.
I don't know what that was, because that's 2 and 2 together.
Another expression that I think is similar is to connect the dots.
Yeah, it's exactly the same. To connect the dots.
No, you don't understand one too many, Clara, or no, you don't know what put 2 and 2 together means. I don't know. What put 2 and 2 together means to make 2 connections, to connect things together.
Yeah.
To connect, put 2 and 2 together. Be good. So have you ever had second thoughts about something? Yes, many times. Oh, okay. Yeah. So put 2 and 2 together means to make a connection, so to connect things together.
Yeah, 2 seemingly different situations. Connect them and understand they are connected. One has an effect on the other.
So an example, if I can write I can tell you an example, because usually we use put 2 and 2 together as like an imperative, like put 2 and 2 together, like figure it out, or you're telling a story. So for example, so if you went away on the weekend and someone stole money from your room, and you only live with one person, so you put 2 and 2 together. So you put, I lost my money, only one person lives with me, it has to be my roommate. So you're putting 2 and 2 together. You're connecting these things to form a solution to something. Perfect. If that makes sense. Or do another example.
Yeah, that was very clear.
I can't think of anything else.
Because it's a very easy sum. 2 plus 2 equals 4. So it's saying connect these 2 very simple things. And what is your conclusion?
So it kind of like make the connection.
Yeah, my money is missing. Only one person has access to my room. It must be my roommate.
Yeah, so you're making the connection. So to put 2 and 2 together is to make a connection.
Cool.
So hopefully that's clear. Like, oh, how did you figure out it was your roommate? Well, I only live with one person and my money's gone. So I put 2 and 2 together. It had to be my roommate. Okay, that makes sense. Okay.
So number 1, Have you ever had second thoughts about something?
Yes, all the time.
What?
Sometimes not about like big decisions, usually about small things. Like, do I really want to order takeout tonight? I shouldn't. Should I? Having second thoughts. I should have done. I'll order takeout. I'm like, oh no, I shouldn't have done it. Not 2 and 2 is not to say we're helping each other. It just means to find a solution to something. So if you're putting 2 and 2 together, you're making a connection to find a solution. Usually it's very metaphorical, so nothing physical. Like if you're trying to solve a problem or solve a mystery or something you don't know, and you make connections, you're putting 2 and 2 together. So a detective would connect his clues or evidence to put 2 and 2 together to find the solution. Is that better? Okay, great. Okay. Do you have second thoughts on anything, David?
Usually, like you, over the small things, I have to think about things once or twice, maybe 3 times. But when I was younger, I finished college and I was planning to go to Australia. But when my friend decided not to come with me, I then had second thoughts about going and thought, do I go on my own or do I stay at home? Because it's a very different holiday if you go on your own. But I went on my.
Had you already decided to go when your friend asked?
No, so me and my friend together. And then she decided she didn't want to go.
And you were deciding, okay, got it. Okay.
Yeah, so I was deciding, do I go on my own or do I stay home as well?
Yes.
And I decided to go on my own.
Thought is like something you have after you already made a decision. And you're thinking about it again.
Yeah.
Didn't you say?
Yeah.
You already made a decision to go to Australia, then you were thinking about it again. So when you have second thoughts, it's because you already made the decision. You're just rethinking if it was the correct decision.
Yeah, because you start to doubt yourself.
Mm-hmm. When I first moved to Milan, I had second thoughts about it. I was like, when I came here, I was like, oh, no, this is a good idea. I had a lot of second thoughts.
Definitely a good idea.
Good. I had a second thought about the faculty, about your college. I had started studying architecture, but then I had a second thought and changed my mind.
Cool. So what did you study, Clara, if not architecture?
Good job on using past perfect, Clara. Very good. I had second thoughts about faculty. I had to. Wonderful. Oh, what did you study? Yeah, good question, Clara. What did you study? Well, while you write that, do you know anyone who has 2 left feet? Me.
Me.
We both have 2 left.
I'm terrible at dancing.
I don't dance in public, and you know this, David. I'm not a dancer.
I do.
I never have the desire to go, let's go dancing. It never comes to me.
I only dance if I am 3 sheets to the wind.
I will dance a little bit when I'm 3 sheets to the wind.
Perfect.
Whatever. Have you ever been 3 sheets to the wind? Yes. A lot.
Many times.
Especially in university. And many things happen, nothing important. I studied Japanese
so very
during my
different
bachelor's
subject.
And I studied international business as a master's degree. Wow, it's very diverse.
Yeah.
It is wonderful. Japanese, architecture, Japanese, you jumped around a lot. That's very good. It's pretty cool. I love learning Japanese.
Awesome.
We all have feet. Oh.
Perfect.
All right, Clara. Cool. We're going to stop here. We're at the 50 mark. But thanks, Clara, so much for coming to the lesson. We really enjoyed speaking with you. It's so much fun.
Yeah, it was good to see you again.
So much better. Yes, we love your participation. We hope you have a nice weekend and you enjoy your vacation to the garbage bin. Taking out the trash.
Perfect.
Stay safe, stay inside, and maybe we will see you next. I don't have any 10 to 13s next week. I'm sorry. So maybe we will see you soon, hopefully.
Yeah.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. Have a good weekend.